CBS 12 News starts now with breaking news.
Now at 11, a delivery takes a deadly turn. An elderly Boca Raton woman did something that we all do. She ordered something and had it delivered.
Yeah, but this time police say that delivery driver attacked, leading to her brutal murder. And tonight, we are now learning more about the suspect.
According to the arrest report, Jorge Lechazo is originally from Cuba. He has been working in the U.S. legally and applied for permanent residency. Right now, that request is pending.
Well, this is what we know. 75-year-old Evelyn Udall purchased a washer-dryer from a Boca Raton Best Buy electronics store. On Monday, it was supposed to be delivered to her home. That morning, two men in a delivery truck from JB Home Delivery, a subcontractor for Best Buy, showed up to install those appliances. The men were on their third delivery of the day. Police say towards the end of that call, the driver leaves 21-year-old Jorge Lechazo alone in the home with Udall to show her how to use those new appliances. The driver says that he was standing outside his home, outside the home on his phone when he started to hear screaming coming from inside that house. Then the garage doors went down. He says he ran back inside, and that's when he saw the blood everywhere and Udall on the floor. He says Lechazo was acting very strange and kept repeating, "We need to leave." He says he left Lechazo and ran outside to call 911.
Moments later, Lechazo ran from the house, jumped into a truck and sped away. This neighbor's surveillance camera shows the truck leaving the scene of the crime. As for the first officers on the scene, they found Udall in the laundry room, unconscious, with a severe head injury and on fire and severely burned. Police found a bloody wooden mallet sitting on the washing machine. They also smelled a chemical, later identified as acetone, that had been poured all around the house, and the oven burners were all turned on. Police intercepted Lechazo racing away from the scene. He was taken into custody. Police say his legs appeared to have ash and soot on them. After questioning him, police say he admitted to the crime. The reason why is still a mystery, but he did say he was vaping marijuana and did cocaine earlier that day. As for Mrs. Udall, she was rushed to Delray Medical Center. Less than 24 hours later, she died from her injuries. We have live team coverage tonight from the employee screening process to what we are now learning about the victim. CBS 12's Lily Ortiz kicks off our team coverage outside the victim's home in Boca Raton. Lily?
A 75-year-old Evelyn Udall leaves behind a very big family, many of them stopping by here in and out of the home for most of the day, asking for privacy to grieve. Now, Florida Atlantic University and Boca Raton sharing some details about their former employee and how Evelyn made a lasting impression. Kind, caring, hardworking. That's how FAU described Evelyn Udall, a longtime employee of the university's libraries. The 75-year-old, seen here photographed with her family, was a cataloger in the Technical Services Department from November of 2003 to April of 2018. In a statement, FAU said, quote, "The university is devastated to hear about Evelyn's passing. We send our deepest condolences to her family, friends, and former colleagues." It was yesterday morning when investigators surrounded Udall's home with yellow crime scene tape after police say 21-year-old Jorge Lechazo admitted to beating her, then dousing her with a chemical, burning most of her body. The injuries so severe, she later died at a hospital. The tragedy has neighbors like Richard Oselli and his son Sam calling for changes inside colonnades at Glen Oaks, a non-gated community off of jogging and model roads.
I order a lot from DoorDash, so it's kind of scary, you know.
Richard is asking the HOA for better security to prevent something like this from happening again.
To have a gated community, then everyone is registered when they come in, so that this individual that performed this deed knows that they're of record.
In a statement, the family says, quote, "We wish to thank the Boca Raton Police Department for their prompt and professional apprehension of the suspect." And the family also thanking Delray Medical Center for, quote, "their excellent care they provided for their mother." In Boca Raton, Lily Ortiz, CBS 12 News.
So how do you know if you are safe when a delivery driver knocks on your door? Well, CBS 12 News Investigates has uncovered new information about Best Buy's subcontractor in this deadly incident.
CBS 12's Danielle Wall continues our team coverage now with what she's found out about their screening process.
Best Buy has severed ties with the subcontractor that they used for this delivery. A company spokesperson tells me they used a subsidiary of JB Hunt, a large transportation company based in Arkansas. Boca Raton police have identified that subsidiary as JB Home Delivery. Best Buy says it ended the relationship with the local subsidiary JB Home, but not the larger parent company JB Hunt. We asked Best Buy about their screening process for third-party contractors. They tell me they require those contractors to perform background checks and drug tests on employees entering homes. But it's not clear if that happened in the case of Jorge Lachazo. We have repeatedly reached out to JB Hunt about this tragedy, but they have not responded. The CEO of Best Buy has released a statement about the attack. They said, quote, "We are profoundly sorry and offer our deepest sympathies to our customer and her family. Out of respect for them, we have closed our Boca Raton store today." Best Buy is hiring an independent security firm to review their screening and safety programs, and they're also working with law enforcement here in Palm Beach County as the investigation continues. Danielle Wass, CBS 12 News investigates.
And CBS 12 News first brought you this breaking story with a push alert to your phone. For immediate updates, just download our CBS 12 News app.
Explosive new allegations regarding convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. A woman filed a lawsuit today alleging Epstein flew her from New York to West Palm Beach to work with him at his Science Foundation while he was on work release under guard of Palm Beach County Sheriff's deputies. The suit says Epstein instead made her have sex with him. Yesterday, we learned that the Science Foundation, where Epstein was supposed to be working, only registered as an office space and telephone number. CBS 12 News reached out to the sheriff's office, but we have yet to hear back. Last week, we told you Epstein was allowed to leave jail 7 days a week and go to his Palm Beach mansion for hours at a time. His work release was then modified, allowing him to leave for up to 16 hours a day. The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office work release program is now under review.
Well, it is literally a race against time. Tonight, rescuers are clinging to hope of finding 2 Florida firefighters who were missing at sea.
One of them grew up right here in our area. CBS 12's Thomas Forrester joins us in the studio with what we are now learning about him and the rescue mission underway. Thomas?
Yeah, Liz and Jim, Justin Walker grew up in Vero Beach, went to college in West Palm before becoming a firefighter. Now the search for him and Brian McClooney is now in its 5th day. It's expected to continue overnight and into the morning. Justin Walker and fellow firefighter Brian McClooney set out on a fishing trip on Friday in a 24-foot boat from Port Canaveral and haven't been seen since. Yesterday, rescue crews found their first clue about 100 miles north, a bag of fishing tackle near St. Augustine.
We have about 180 searchers out looking for our brother firefighters. There's more than 70 boats. We also have about 10 aircraft that are flying certain segments out there looking for us, and we're going to cover about 12,600 miles today. Walker's wife, Natasha, launched her own search from the air. Both she and McClooney's wife say they're sure the 2 firefighters will pull through.
I'm highly confident that he will survive.
Rescue agencies agree the missing men have the skills to stay alive.
I do know that I'm looking for 2 relatively young, healthy, trained firefighters, one of whom's a Navy veteran. That obviously gives us hope, that if, given something bad happening, it would give them a chance at survival.
The Coast Guard also says even after 5 days, this remains a rescue mission with the top priority to bring these 2 men home. Now, we spoke with some of Justin's family members who traveled to Jacksonville from Vero Beach to help with the search. They say they will stay there and continue to look until further notice. Now, rescue crews say they will search the Brunswick, Savannah, Georgia area tomorrow. Liz, Jim?
Thanks, Thomas. Under attack. A new report making waves across the state says Florida's iconic palm trees could be facing a serious, almost invisible threat that may even lead to extinction of some types.
Yeah, this is scary. CBS 12's Jay O'Brien has what you can do to protect your trees.
Drive down any Florida highway.
Yeah, that one right there. I mean, that one just died.
You'll see dying palm trees lumped alongside their healthy brethren. Many are victims of what's called lethal bronzing.
It's going to decimate the palm industry in Florida if they don't get it under control.
John Bachman runs this 5-acre nursery in Lake Worth.
I've been doing this since I was 13.
And told us how to spot the disease. What's normal brown and what's not?
If the frond is lower than the horizontal line turning brown, that's pretty normal. If it's above that, that's going to be a problem.
John adds if your tree is dying, you'll notice.
It's going to slap you across the face.
The disease kills certain varieties of palm trees from the inside out, mainly spread by tiny infected bugs moving from leaf to leaf. It started in Texas and Mexico. While not from here, the disease is going after Florida's official tree, the sable palm.
I could see it wiping out the majority of sable palms in the state in the next 15 years. We've been treating this probably 6.
John showed us this canary palm he's trying to save, injecting the substance
oxytetracycline
to help slow the decay.
5 pumps per hole.
He says it works 50% of the time in trees already infected, but prevents an infection every time.
We've been preventatively treating all of our palms on our property.
John said those injections can be provided by anyone with his same skill set and added that they're cheaper than just replacing your palm tree. There is still no surefire way yet to save a dying palm. In West Palm Beach, I'm Jay O'Brien, CBS 12 News.
Well, coming up next at 11, a break in the case of a stolen puppy from a local animal shelter, the new clue that could lead to an arrest.
Plus, cancer custody battle, how CBD oil split up a Florida family, and why the parents are now going before a judge.
And our good fortune of not having a named storm during the month of August has come to an end. We are tracking Tropical Storm Chantel. I'll have the latest track coming up.
Tonight.